Ankita is excited about going to school. She studies at the Prayas Center in Purulia, an early intervention learning center in this remote town of West Bengal that focuses on empowering children with autism and other cognitive and developmental disabilities. The Early Learning Center, run by the NGO Bandhu Purulia, caters to 73 neurodivergent students, all from nearby villages. But why is this important? In India, about 1 in 68 children, roughly 1.12 to 1.5% of those aged 2 to 9, are affected by autism and intellectual disabilities. Yet, most schools are designed only for neurotypical children, leaving little room for the flexibility, resources, or trained staff needed to support diverse learning needs. That's where IDFC First Bank's Ek Prayas steps in. This unique corporate social responsibility initiative aims to bridge this gap by partnering for 3 years with grassroots NGOs to provide crucial early intervention services. The focus is on turning centers like this one, in partnership with Bandhu Purulia, into self-sustaining entities, ensuring they continue to open doors to education, dignity, and opportunity for every child. This center is one of 10 with the program currently running in West Bengal, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, and Delhi.
जब 2018 में हम लोग काम करना स्टार्ट किए, मुझे सारी डिसेबिलिटी के बारे में उतना डीप नॉलेज नहीं था। तो पेरेंट्स के साथ मैं जैसे बात करती थी, मुझे नहीं लगा था कि पेरेंट्स की ओर से भी मेरे लिए कुछ ऐसा क्वेश्चन आएगा जिसका आंसर मेरे पास नहीं था उस टाइम। जब हमने पहला अपना स्कूल स्टार्ट किया तो हमारा एक रूम में स्टार्ट हुआ था। उस टाइम हमारे पास फंडिंग भी ज़्यादा नहीं थे। विलेज लेवल में हम गए तो देखे कि विलेज का सिनेरियो अलग है। पेरेंट्स उतना अवेयर नहीं थे बच्चे की डिसेबिलिटी को लेके और उनकी सर्विस को लेके। जब हम लोग फर्स्ट स्टार्ट किए थे उस टाइम अर्ली इंटरवेंशन का थॉट हमारे दिमाग में नहीं था। हम लोगों को अवेयरनेस करना था, गवर्नमेंट सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करना था। लेकिन जब धीरे धीरे काम स्टार्ट हुआ, IDFC फर्स्ट बैंक के साथ हम लोग जुड़े, उस दौरान हम लोगों को ये अर्ली इंटरवेंशन का जो कॉन्सेप्ट था ये टोटली क्लियर हुआ। वो बस चल रहा था, स्केल अप नहीं हो रहा था। स्टूडेंट एनरोल्ड होता था, कुछ महीने करता था, फिर छोड़ देता था, ड्रॉप आउट हो जाता था। हमारी डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक्चुअली अभी हमारा ही स्कूल है जो हम लोग IDD के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं, इंटेलेक्चुअल डेवलपमेंटल डिसेबिलिटी के ऊपर हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं। मुझे नहीं लगता है कि कोई और CSR या कोई और NGO है जो इनके ऊपर इतना डीप रूट काम कर रहा है। IDFC फर्स्ट बैंक के फर्स्ट इम्पैक्ट प्रोग्राम जैसे हमारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में काम कर रहे हैं और एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को सस्टेनेबिलिटी की ओर लेके जा रहे हैं। ये एक ऑल राउंड डेवलपमेंट बस बच्चे का नहीं, ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का भी है।
When you look at rural India, a lot of the children with developmental disabilities do not have the right resources on time to receive early intervention support at the critical age where it's actually useful. Looking at this, the bank decided to start the Ek Prayas program to plug this gap of the underfunded non-profits in India. When we met Annapurna, we realized that while she is doing all she can within her limited resources in the community, she definitely needed a strong platform and foundation. How do you really do this in a way that is collaborative and involves parents and community leaders such as ASHA workers, Anganwadi workers, government health workers, who are essentially the people that are the first responders when a child is born and is diagnosed with the disability. So we train government staff, we train various ecosystem players in the community.
Today, the center has 73 children with developmental disabilities. The focus is on children up till the age of 10, ensuring they receive quality education, therapy, and skill development opportunities. Bandhu Purlia works closely with healthcare workers, building capacity, training them, creating awareness, and then supporting their community outreach efforts. Once they are identified with the help of Anganwadi and Asha workers, children undergo thorough assessments and customized rehabilitation plans are developed. The focus is on daily living skills and preparing the children for potential integration into mainstream schools. Another key focus area for Bandhu Purlia and Ek Prayas is advocacy within the community to address the stigma associated with developmental and intellectual disabilities.
আগে অঙ্কিতা অনেক চুপচাপ থাকতো, কিন্তু এখন স্কুল আসার পর থেকে অনেক খেলাধুলা করে, আবার লেখাপড়াও করে, আবার বাড়িতে গিয়ে অনেক কথাও বলতে থাকে, আমার সাথে বলে, ওর বাবার সাথে বলে, আর স্কুলের ব্যাপারে অনেক কিছুই বলে বাড়িতে গিয়ে। আমি ভাবতে পারিনি যে আমার মেয়েটা এত সব করবে বলে। আগে নাচ করতে পারতো না, এখন নাচ করতে পারে, স্টেজে নাচ করে।
আগে কোনো গল্পই বলতে পারতো না, খাবারও খেতে পারতো না, কোনো মানে এমনি যে খিদা পাচ্ছে স্কুল যাব ওই কোনো কিছু বলতে পারতো না। এখন মা বলে, ম্যাম বলে, খাবার খায় নিজের হাতে। আর কি যে বলে স্কুল যাবার টাইম বলে চলো মা, মানে দুই একটা শব্দ অনেক কিছু বলে। বিকালে দুপুরে পড়তে বসে নিজের মনে। আগে ওইগুলা কোনো কিছু করতে পারতো না।
গার্জেন যখন প্রথমে স্কুলে আসে বাচ্চা নিয়ে, তখন প্রত্যেকটা গার্জেনের একটা অজানা ভয় থাকে। বাচ্চা কি করবে, কিভাবে বাচ্চাকে ম্যানেজ করবে, কিভাবে হ্যান্ডেল করবে, সেটা প্রত্যেকটা গার্জেনের একটা ভয় থাকে। তো এখানে স্কুলে আসার পর যখন আমরা মানে বাচ্চাটাকে কিছুটা বেটার পজিশনে নিয়ে আসার পরে গার্জেন যখন ম্যানেজ করতে পারে নিজের বাচ্চাকে বা ডেভেলপ হয়, তখন গার্জেনের একটা পজিটিভ ধারণা আসে।
A partnership that began just over a year ago has already created significant impact. Some stats here around what Bandhu Purlia has achieved with the support of First Impact IDFC First Bank. They have reached 2,500 households across 45 villages, given support to 65 children in all so far, and engaged with 97 ICDS centers to strengthen early childhood education and disability support.
গার্জেনদের সঙ্গে আমরা মিটিং করি, তারপরে বলি বাচ্চাটাকে যে আপনার বাচ্চা এই মানে বাকি সকল বাচ্চাদের থেকে আলাদা। তাহলে বন্ধু স্কুলের কথাটা বলি, ওদেরকে নিয়ে যাওয়ার কথাটা বলি, যে আগে বাচ্চাটা যে কাজগুলো করতো তার থেকে পরিবর্তন আমরা দেখতে পাই যখন আমাদের কাছে যায় বাচ্চাটা। না, আগে ধরুন বাচ্চাগুলোকে মারা ভাবতো না যে বাচ্চাটাকে আমাকে স্কুলে পাঠানোর প্রয়োজন আছে বলে। এখন বাচ্চার মারা অনেক সচেতন হয়েছে, ওরা স্কুলে মানে বন্ধু পুরুলিয়াতে পাঠাবার কী করে চেষ্টা করে। যে আমি ওই ট্রেনিংটা নেওয়ার ফলে আমার সুবিধা হয়েছে। সুবিধা মানে ধরুন আমি বাচ্চাটাকে বুঝতে পারি যে আমার যদি ওই ধরনের বাচ্চা থাকে তাহলে বাচ্চাটাকে আমি মানে বন্ধু পুরুলিয়ায় পাঠাতে পারি।
मुझे स्पेशल नीड चिल्ड्रन से या स्पेशल बच्चे, स्पेशल पर्सन, ये कोई अलग एक आइलैंड में रहने वाला चीज़ नहीं है कि उनको घर में ही रखो। मुझे जो लर्निंग मिला है कि सोसाइटी को भी इनका ज़रूरत है और इनको भी सोसाइटी का ज़रूरत है। क्या उनको चैलेंजेस हो रहा है उसको आइडेंटिफाई करना और वो कैसे उस चैलेंजेस को ओवरकम करे, कैसे वो मैनेज करके सोसाइटी में आए, सब साथ में रहे, यही मुझे इस जर्नी में मेरा लर्निंग हुआ है।
From the eastern edge of India, our journey now takes us over 1,000 kilometers southwest to the heart of Karnataka, to Gadag district, where another Ek Prayas center is supporting children with developmental disabilities with the skills and confidence to shape their own futures. Sanvi started at the center and has then gone on to a mainstream school. Unlike other children in the class, she has a different trajectory. She has come here from the Prayas Center in Laxmeshwar in Gadag district. The story of Sanvi shows exactly why early intervention is necessary. We saw how Bandhu Purlia runs the Prayas program with the support of IDFC First Bank. We're now in Karnataka, where the program has been in existence for 3 to 4 years and where the impact of early intervention can be seen quite clearly through Sanvi. Early intervention helps neurodiverse children develop the skills that could potentially see them enter mainstream schools as well.
ಸಾನ್ವಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರಾಗಿ ನಡೆಯೋದು ಬಂತು. ಸಾನ್ವಿ ಓಕೆ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ನಾಗ ಮಾತು ಕಲ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಳು. ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಳು ಬೆಳೆದ ಅವಳು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅವಳು ಮೇನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಆ ಮಗು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ನಾಗ ಓದಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಗುರಿ ಇರೋದಂತರ ಆ ಮಗುನ ನಾವು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ತರಬೇತಿ ನೀಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ರೆಡಿನೆಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮಗುನ ನಾವು ಮೇನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ವಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಅವಳು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ನಾಗ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಮಗುವಿನ ಜೊತೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲಾಗಿ ಓದು ಬರಹ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಅರ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ 0 to 3 years ಒಳಗೆ ಕೊಡೋಂಥ ಒಂದು ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಕೊಡೋಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್. ಆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ಲಿಂದ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಯನ್ನು ಕಂಡ್ಕೊತೀವಿ. ನಾನು ಈ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ನಾಗ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಕತ್ತು ಒಂದು 8 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯಿತು. ನನ್ನ ಅನುಭವದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಡಿಲೇ ಇರೋ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರು ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಥೆರಪಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳಂಗೆ ಮೈಲ್ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಅವಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮೇನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಮಗುನಂಗೆ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಡಿಸಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಸಿವಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಮಗುನನ್ನು ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಆದರೂ ಅವನ ಸ್ವಂತ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವಾಗಿ ಬದುಕೋ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಪುಷಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಾಧ್ಯ.
ಮೊದಲು ಈ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದಾಗ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ನಡೆಯೋಕ್ಕೂ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಐ ಟು ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಬರ್ತಾ 3 ವರ್ಷ ನಾವೇನು ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಈ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡಿತಟ್ಟಿ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ವಿ. 3 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರದನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆಳೆಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಈವನ್ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಊಟ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸೋಷಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಮತ್ತೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಮೊದಲು ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಏನೇನು ಥೆರಪಿ ಬೇಕು ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಥೆರಪಿನೂ ಅವರು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಬಿಡಿತಟ್ಟಿ ಶಾಲೆಯಿಂದ ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಇರೋ ನಾನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲೇ ನನಗೆ ಈ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಯಿತು. ಅದರಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರದಿಂದ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆದಳು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಗುವಿಂದ ತಾಯಿ ಅಥವಾ ಅವ್ರ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ತುಂಬ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆದರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಕಲಿಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮಗುವಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದರು, ಮಗುವಿಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಇರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಸೊ ಆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು ಅಂದರೆ ಡೈಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಗು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮಗೆ ಮಗುವನ್ನು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ
Over the years, the Trust has rapidly expanded its services and now reaches those with developmental disabilities, including children, youth and adults in 11 districts of North Karnataka. Through the Prayas program, BD Tatti operates with a multi-pronged approach. It begins with the early identification and screening of children who may exhibit developmental delays or disabilities. The children are then assessed for a customized therapy plan and the parents counseled. Once the children start coming to the center, they receive specialized rehabilitation therapies. As part of the program, families are educated about the various government schemes and initiatives available for children with disabilities. And now, 3 years after starting the Prayas program with IDFC First Bank, BD Tatti has successfully graduated one Prayas center running on funds they have mobilized and received a grant from a corporate donor amounting to rupees 1.48 crore for 2 Prayas centers.
IDFC is a very special for BD Tatti because grassroots level this is very difficult to understand to the corporate level, but together they used to call us for the discussion and they used to okay our plans and our programs and like that they are always cooperating the reality of the social and economical background of this area. They have made us more easier to move in the community with some of the skills development programs, like we have introduced Livelihood program along with Prayas. Now we are able to handle our centers on our own these things, and also it is more focused over the parents.
From learning to fundraise, aggressively fundraising within the local community, to finally securing an institutional donor in the country apart from us, BD30 has demonstrated resilience, and they have shown that as long as a non-profit is willing and open to learning, the sky is the limit. This year alone, we will be hitting our landmark milestone of 10 Ek Prayas centers across India in rural Karnataka, West Bengal and UP. We are very, very excited to be building a collaborative platform where non-profits in the country specializing in early intervention for children with disabilities really get a lot more funding.
Like Bandhu Purlia in West Bengal, BD30 also focuses on community outreach. In addition to the Asha and Anganwadi workers, awareness is also created through the Panchayat in chipping away at the stigma associated with neurodivergent children.
ನನಗೆ BD30 3 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಕಿರುಪರಿಚಯ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ 1 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅಗದಿ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಆಗಲಿ ಇದ್ರದ್ದಾಗಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಸ್ಟಾಫು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಜೋಡಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬೆರ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಬೆರ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಮಕ್ಳ ಗತೆನೇ ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಡಿಸೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮೊದಲೇಕೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು 93-94 ಒಳಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಟೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಿರ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಥರ ಡಿಸೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಮಗ ಹುಟ್ಟಾನಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂಥರ ಅಸಹ್ಯ ಪಟ್ಕೋತಿದ್ರು. ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರ ಖಾಲಿ ಕುಂದಿರಬಾರ್ದು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಎಂಪವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೀಗ ಇದೊಂದೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಥರ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಭಾಳ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನೊಂದು ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್.
The running of the Ek Prayas program has been a continuous learning process for BD30. When they realized that parents were having to forego their day's wages to bring their children to the center, and that this was affecting the attendance of the child, the NGO set up livelihood centers so that the parents are able to work and earn while their children are at the center.
ಉತ್ತರ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಭಾಗದಾಗ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸೋಷಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಎಕನಾಮಿಕಲಿ ಭಾಳ ಪುವರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ಏನಾಯಿತು, ಸೊ ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸು ಹೊರಗೆ ದುಡಿಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ಡೈಲಿ ವೇಜಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಭಾಳ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳದ್ದು ಏನಿದೆ ಭಾಳ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಿ ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಮಗುಗೆ ಥೆರಪಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ನಾವು IDFC ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇದ್ರ ಅವ್ರ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಟೈಲರಿಂಗ್ ಯೂನಿಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸೆಟಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ಸನ್ನು ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ವೆರೈಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಲಂಚ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಶಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ವೆಂಟಿ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ಸ್, ಫೈಲ್ ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ ಈ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಗೆ ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟೀಸಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅದರಾಗಿಂತ ಆದಾಯ ಬಂದಿದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪಾಲಕರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಂಚ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಟು IDFC ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕು. ಸೊ ಅವರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಸುಮಾರು ಮೆಂಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸುಮಾರು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು.
ಈ ಏಕ್ ಪ್ರಯಾಸ್ ಲವ್ಲಿವುಡ್ ಇದ್ರ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಾವು ಟಿಫಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಹೊಲಿತೀವಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಲಂಚ್ ವೆನಿಟಿ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್, ಲಗೇಜ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್, ಫೈಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್, ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೆರೈಟಿ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಹೊಲಿತೀವಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನಂದರೆ ಏನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಬ್ಬರು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಂತಲೇ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದರು. ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ಬೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗೈತಿ. ಈ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಮನೆಯೊಳಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಎದಕ್ಕಾದ್ರೂ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಾತಿಂದ ಈ ಲವ್ಲಿವುಡ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗಿದ್ದ ನಮಗೆ ಅದು ಅರ್ಲಿದ್ದ ಬರೋ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಸೊ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು.
Ek Prayas is a shared resolve that every child, no matter their pace, should have the space, the resources and the encouragement to grow. Here at the early intervention centers, that resolve is taking shape through pathways of inclusion and dignity, shaping a more compassionate future for us all. The stories of Bandhu Purlia and BD Tatti are just two examples of the impactful work being done under IDFC First Bank's Ek Prayas program. With centers across Karnataka, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh and Delhi, the initiative has already touched the lives of hundreds of children and their families. Ek Prayas is a powerful reminder that with focused efforts, strategic partnerships, and a commitment to inclusive development, even the most challenging circumstances can be met with hope and opportunity. It's a testament to the idea that true progress lies in empowering every individual regardless of their challenges.
So that was the story of Ek Prayas, an initiative by IDFC First Bank, which partners with local NGOs to focus on early intervention for children with developmental disabilities in underserved communities across India. As we've just seen, knowledge empowers, and when it is shared, it can uplift communities. And especially if the knowledge is on financial matters, it can lead to financial betterment, and that is the thought behind the IDFC First Academy. Earning money is important, but what truly sets you apart is how you manage it. Financial knowledge isn't just power, it is the key to building a secure future. IDFC First Bank has launched IDFC First Academy, a smart self-learning platform that's helping people across India become financially aware, informed and empowered. The Academy offers bite-sized, easy-to-understand courses on savings, investments, insurance and more. Now also available in Hindi to reach the hinterlands of India. And the best part, it is all completely free. Whether you're just beginning your journey to know about basic concepts of finance or want to deepen your knowledge further, the platform offers content across foundational, intermediate and advanced levels, all designed by subject matter experts. With real-world scenarios, interactive quizzes and certifications, it's the kind of learning that truly empowers every Indian, including social entrepreneurs, to progress in life. IDFC First Academy, simplifying financial education for every Indian, because an informed India is a stronger India.
हेलो हेलो बोलिए मैडम, डब्बा ट्रेडिंग कब से चल रहा है पता है मैडम आपको? हम और आप तो जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था हमारा.
We investigated a shady advisory firm that has spent big bucks on advertising on the front pages of national dailies.
ये आपको बिल्कुल उसका ऐसे हल्का सा भी खौफ नहीं है?
मैडम एक बात को खौफ किस लिए रखना चाहिए तो बताओ, कौन सा गलत काम कर रहा हूँ मैं?
After our report, we also saw NSE came out with a cautionary circular to the investors. Market Regulator Securities and Exchange Board of India has also come out with a release talking about the actions that it has taken. Cyber complaint has also been filed against the entities involved in this entire dabba trading scam.
Is your business future ready? Join the 13-week strategic ESG certification program for business sustainability and growth for CXO and business leaders by NDTV, Terry and Zenora. Master global ESG frameworks, gain real-world tools and lead with impact. Starts August the 23rd. Enroll now and power your business with sustainability.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
You know, first when Sayara released and we as audience realized, oh my God, what is happening? You know, when did you realize it? Like, it's like
I didn't expect this, what is happening? Like that wave that hits you.
You know, the first thing that really hit me, I'm telling you, was a month back actually, to be honest, is when Adi sir saw the film. And he saw a very loose cut and he decided the release date. But he was always, like me and Akshay were so into making the film, I think, along with Sumanna and all. Sometimes when you're so into it and you don't realize, you don't see it from, and then he saw it from a third person perspective. I mean, he was always super confident about the film. And he had actually had this talk with me about how I've done. And yeah, we all grew up. I was in the 8th grade when I saw Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge and said I want to make a love story like this. For a person like him to say that, you made a great film. All he had asked for me was to make your best film for me. And I did, and I'm just glad so that was the first thing, and that validation was great. I wasn't shouting over the roof for it. It gives you a lot of confidence at that moment,
Absolutely.
for the person who's actually put.
The movie Bengal Files trailer launch event in West Bengal was stopped. The BJP slams the Mamata government's tyranny. The TMC calls the movie BJP's West Bengal hate propaganda. The Tamil Nadu police registers a complaint against the Enforcement Directorate. The Chennai police filed this complaint after the ED searches. This complaint is over. The Enforcement Directorate entering the MLA hostel. The new NCERT syllabus stirs a massive controversy. The NCERT module says that Jinnah and the Congress were responsible for the partition. A key BJP huddle to decide the next vice president. The key BJP meeting over the vice president selection that is taking place tomorrow. Meanwhile, the NDA parliamentary party meeting will take place on Tuesday. The Trump-Putin meet ends in a no-deal. Zelensky's message to US post this particular meeting, he says, to tighten sanctions if Russia evades peace. Shubhanshu Shukla returns to India tomorrow and a special discussion will take place on Shubhanshu in the Parliament on Monday. Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Osama Shab. The film Bengal Films is yet another. There is yet another controversy surrounding this particular film. Vivek Agnihotry's film has sparked a row in West Bengal. Remember, there are many big names associated with this movie, especially like Mithun Chakravarti and Anupam Kher, who feature in this movie, The Filmmaker. Vivek Agnihotry says that the movie is to bring the truth out, especially on the Hindu genocide. Meanwhile, during the trailer launch, after the trailer launch, in fact, that trailer launch was stopped. And Vivek Agnihotry, he claims that he's being silenced in West Bengal. The trailer event in West Bengal was forcibly halted, is what he says. BJP, in the meanwhile, has attacked the Mamata Banerjee government, saying that the Bengal under Mamata Banerjee has sunk even deeper. The TMC says, why not make Manipur Files instead of the Bengal Files?
Why am I being tortured here? My trailer, you know that my trailer was supposed to be launched yesterday in one of the largest multiplex chains. And as soon as I landed in Kolkata, I got to know, we had written permissions. I got to know that the multiplex doesn't want to host us because they said there are a lot of political pressure and there'll be a political turmoil if we do that. Then I contacted the second multiplex. They also said the same thing. Sir, sorry, we cannot show it because there'll be political turmoil. What kind of political turmoil it will be? Official members of the ruling party, They are filing FIRs against me. Why are they filing FIRs against me?
आपको तो अनवांटेड, एकदम मरीज सेरुलोजाइस अनवांटेड अनाउंस करके ये बंगाल से निकाल देना चाहिए था। लेकिन ये डेमोक्रेटिक स्टेट है, डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट है, हम लोग ऐसा डिमांड भी नहीं करूंगा। लेकिन और आपका वो जो नोटांकी आप कर रहे हो वो होटल में, वो क्या है, कौन किया है, उसके साथ हमारा कोई ताल्लुक नहीं है, हम उसके कोई कमेंट नहीं करेंगे। लेकिन आपका ये बंगाल फाइल्स के नाम पे भाजपा का कैंपेन बंगाल ये नहीं मानेगा।
एब्सेंस ऑफ लॉ एंड ऑर्डर, पश्चिम बंगाल को एक इस्लामिक रिपब्लिक बनाने के लिए जो करना चाहिए वही कर रहे हैं पश्चिम बंगाल की मुख्यमंत्री ममता बनर्जी। और यहाँ का सारे मुसलमान भाई को ये एक बार चिंतन करना चाहिए। आज पश्चिम बंगाल में पिछले 3 साल में जो लोग मारे गए उसमें 90% जो है वो मुसलमान है। मर रहे मुसलमान, मार रहे मुसलमान, यही पश्चिम बंगाल का स्थिति है। अभी बंगाल फाइल्स का मतलब क्या है? हमने सुना है ये 1946 16 अगस्त जो ग्रेट कैलकाटा किलिंग हुआ था, सुराबर्दी का रोल उसमें क्या था, क्या जिन्ना का रोल था, दिनेश कांग्रेस लीडरशिप का क्या रोल था, इसका बारे में उस पर चर्चा है। इसके लिए चर्चा हो रहा है तो तृणमूल कांग्रेस इस इतिहास को मिटा देना चाहते हैं।
All right, my colleague Ritik Mandal joins us on the broadcast to get us more on this. Ritik, break it down for us. What is it that the TMC is objecting with regards to this particular movie?
Well, what we do understand that this movie, upcoming movie of Vivek Agnihotri has triggered a political row over here. And remember, this is not the first time. The filmmaker has time and again accused TMC-led dispensation for blocking his road to launch his upcoming movie. What we are given to understand this afternoon, his trailer launch of this movie, Bengal File, was abruptly stopped by the organizer. Now what the Vivek Agnihotri, the filmmaker, accused that the organizers are claiming they are facing a lot of political pressures, and political slugfest has already begun. As you can see that the Trinamool Congress, Kunal Ghosh, has accused Vivek Agnihotri playing as a tool of the Bharatiya Janata Party. They claim that this is another way to fulfill the propaganda, which is why they are to stop such release of such film. So what we do understand, BJP has hit out at Trinamool Congress. This is the democracy. This is the state of democracy in the state of West Bengal. But what we do understand that in days to come, this political rout, another would come as a fresh slugfest or flashpoint between TMC and BJP. Back to you.
All right, Ritik Mandal, thank you very much for getting us all those details. And India's space hero is coming back to India, and this is the breaking news that we are getting you at this point of time. Shubhanshu Shukla, the Gaganyatri, he returns to India tomorrow. India's space hero, he's going to be honored. In fact, there is also going to be a discussion in the Lok Sabha. There is a special discussion that is planned in the Parliament. The Parliament is going to discuss India's space ambitions, is what we understand at this point of time. And Akhilesh Sharma joins us on the broadcast to get us more on this. Akhilesh, give us the details. We understand that there is a special discussion that is planned in the Parliament.
That's correct. On Monday, 18th August, a special discussion is planned in the Lok Sabha to celebrate India's presence at the International Space Station. Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla was there. He's coming back to home, most likely tomorrow. And on 18th, when the discussion in Lok Sabha is going to take place on the same day, he's likely to meet the Prime Minister Narendra Modi also. So that is going to be a big day as far as the India's space journey is concerned. And the discussion subject is very clear. It says that India's space program's contribution to make India a developed country by 2047. So that means how India's space program is contributing to make India a superpower in the sector of space. That is going to be discussed. It is going to be a special discussion. So that is why there will be no voting as far as the Lok Sabha rules are concerned. And every party will be participating and lauding India's success as far as the space mission is concerned.
All right, Akhilesh Sharma, thank you very much for getting us all those details. And a new special module by the NCERT. It has directly pointed to three figures as responsible for the partition of India, including Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the Congress leadership, and the then Viceroy of India, Lord Mountbatten. The module, created for Partition Horrors Remembrance Day, observed every year on the 14th of August, states, and I quote, Jinnah, who demanded it; second, the Congress, which accepted it; and third, Mountbatten, who implemented it. This reference appears in a section that is titled Culprits of the Partition in the module designed for classes 6 to 8.
आज एक खबर आ रही है कि एनसीईआरटी ने जो टेक्स्ट बुक्स हैं उसमें एक बदलाव किया है और बदलाव करके जो विभाजन का कटु सत्य है उसको सम्मिलित किया है अध्ययन के लिए। इस सच को रोकने के लिए और सामने ना आए, सबसे पहले दर्द हुआ है तो राहुल जिन्ना पार्टी को हुआ है। विभाजन के बारे में एनसीईआरटी की किताबों में लिखा जाता है तो कांग्रेस पार्टी ध्यान कहीं और केंद्रित करना चाहती है।
इतिहास को गलत ढंग से लिखने से इतिहास नहीं बदल जाता। हिंदू महासभा ने और मुस्लिम लीग ने दोनों ने हिंदू राष्ट्र और मुस्लिम राष्ट्र की बात कही थी। दो राष्ट्र रहते हैं, ये आरएसएस का भी सोच है और ये विश्व हिंदू परिषद का भी है, और उसी आधार पे विभाजन हुआ। अकेले महात्मा गांधी थे जिन्होंने ये बंटवारे के वो खिलाफ थे, लेकिन इन लोगों ने जो षड्यंत्र किया उसका खामियाजा पूरा देश को भोगना पड़ा।
Well, time for a very short break. More news and updates on the other side.
Hello, Moto.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.
गोल्ड प्लस ऑप्टिमिस्टिक रिफ्लेक्टिव ग्लास लगाओ, धूप की गर्मी को दूर भगाओ और बिजली का बिल भी बचाओ।
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
Rajasthan is history, culture, and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture, and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years.
Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India, and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power, what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux from conflict to India's crowning glory. I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
Mohit, you are known for your music. All your films, musics stay with us till today. I'm a millennial and those music are kind of music. So whenever we say Mohit Suri film aa raha hai, we know the music will be good, right? It's a given. So you really work hard. But is this always like how you create your music? You need everything in place, the mood, the lighting, even when the person is in the studio and just singing. And also, how did you select your musicians that this person's voice is perfect for this song?
That's what I think, the amount you give to a song, that's how long it will last, I think. Everyone does the programming, everyone writes the words, everyone makes the thing. But the thing is how much you give, how much of heart you give to the lyrics or to the music or to the melody or to the singing. That's how long the song will last, is what I genuinely feel. If you don't give that love, you're not going to get it back. It's just a simple debit and credit procedure, I think, with the audience. I genuinely feel I don't have any special skill. I don't know any scale or anything else. It's just that I enjoy that process a lot. Give me an evening to just go for a film party or something, I'll skip it. But you give me like a struggling musician to go who has a great tune, some new guys, chill all night with them. I can do that. I can just sit there, make music and stuff like that. We just did that recently. Fahim came down. He just surprised us, and we met in my Bandra office. And Han was there, Aneet was there, and he made me hear his other songs and stuff like that. But it was it's so much fun. Because I just think making music, film, you still get to see something. Yeah. I think music is so amazing. You
don't need to see anything.
It's in the air, and suddenly it just comes together, and it's just, you can just feel it. And something you hear makes you feel something. It's just magical.
NDTV 24/7 is India's #1 English news channel on YouTube. Credible, compelling, always ahead of the curve. Thank you for choosing NDTV 24/7 as your trusted source for news.
If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India, it matters to India, and it matters to me, and it matters to me.
India Matters with Shivaru, only on NDTV 24/7.
Vanakkam Tamil Nadu.
Well, the battle for Tamil Nadu 2026 is open now.
After Chief Minister Stalin rolls up his sleeves and Vijay steps in as a star challenger.
This is a mass gathering, not for cash.
Meanwhile, a former Chief Minister, Edapadi Palanisamy, begins his fight back.
The big comeback campaign by EPS has well and truly begun.
These are all the ultimate players, and this is going to be the ultimate test.
And that's why it's being said that after Kahuna Pyar Hai, this is the film that has got two superstar debutants who are becoming superstars. But what was this faith that you had on these two that that shows on screen?
You don't plan to make a blockbuster. You plan to make a good film. And that's what I think they never let me, they didn't put that pressure on me to live up to. They never gave me a number that we have to hit or a so-called figure that I have to open to. There was all these trappings were just not there, which normally producers do end up putting that pressure. Then you make wrong things. Then you add a song for a shadi song, add a Punjabi song. All these trappings were not there in this film. They were like, just go there and make your film. Do this script. We love this script and make it honestly. And I think the minute that happened, a filmmaker I could just spread my wings and just go out, not worrying about a few. I think when you do that, you get a little more fearless, and then that's what got picked up by people. So I cast appropriate for the film. I didn't cast thinking. I cast what felt right.
You were saying that you are going to say no to him.
Yeah. But that's his fault. Huh? He was now you see, now that we can talk about the film, Krish Kapoor cannot be a timid, sweet boy.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
Last time we spoke.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this guy? He was a sweet boy and all that. Then by the end of the night, I could see the boisterous self, and I could see the Krish Kapoor who could stand on top and say, "Don't forget this name, it's Krish Kapoor." So I think I was looking for that a bit. I needed a spark of that.
हेलो बोलिए मैडम, डब्बा टेकिंग कब से चल रहा है पता है मैडम आपको? हम और आप तो जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था हमारा.
We investigated a shady advisory firm that has spent big bucks on advertising on the front pages of national dailies.
ये आपको बिल्कुल उसका ऐसा हल्का सा भी खौफ नहीं है?
मैडम एक बात को खौफ किस लिए रखना चाहिए तो बताओ, कौन सा गलत काम कर रहा हूँ मैं?
After our report, we also saw NSE came out with a cautionary circular to the investors. Market Regulator Securities and Exchange Board of India has also come out with a release talking about the actions that it has taken. Cyber complaint has also been filed against the entities involved in this entire Dabba trading scam.
Welcome back. The latest as far as the situation in Kishtwar is concerned. Remember, tragedy had struck the picturesque Kishtwar region of Jammu and Kashmir, region which is now gripped by grief, chaos and an urgent race against time. At least 60 people, they have been confirmed dead. At least 100 have been injured, nearly 500 they are still missing after nature unleashed its fury. What was once a quiet mountainous district, it is now ground zero for one of the worst disasters in the recent years.
Well, right behind me you can see Chief Minister Omar Abdullah who has arrived here at this spot of complete death, destruction and devastation. You can see the big boulders that are being removed by the JCBs. Josti village used to be a scenic, peaceful place where people used to come to seek solace, but now as you can see the visuals around me, it has turned into a complete war zone. People are suspecting that there could be 500 to 600 people who could potentially be buried beneath this debris. It is going to be a Herculean task for the rescue teams to actually, recover dead bodies from here, if at all, because you can see the size of these boulders. Today we will see bigger machineries that will be deployed here, rock breakers that will help clearing this area, recovering the people. But let me tell you, the eyewitnesses have recalled horrific visuals. They said that hundreds of people, they just got swept away in minutes. There was this one eyewitness who said that he himself saw 10 people getting swept away in the Chenab River. The Chenab River is right here alongside this valley area, and this area, Jasodi Valley, let me tell you, the langar was right there where the pilgrims were just simply having their lunch. They took a small break before heading towards the Machail Mata temple, and that is when within minutes the cloud burst led to this massive floods that swept away 16 residential homes, including government buildings. 3 temples have been swept away, 4 watermills have been swept away, several vehicles have been washed away, alongside a security post that was there, that also have been washed away. And remember, among these 52 people, there are also 2 CISF personals who've lost their lives in this complete tragedy. You can see the complete destruction here. These tents, these makeshift tents that was completely flattened by the rush of the muddy water and silt that came cascading alongside along the valley area, along the mountain as it rained. You can see the JCBs here and some of the remainings of people's belongings. So many people who are desperately looking for their dear ones, their loved ones. They are still in a panic-stricken mode, and the authorities have formed WhatsApp groups to help identify those missing people. But it is going to be a massively Herculean task, nearly an impossible task.
Well, it is Janmashtami today, and it marks the birth of Lord Krishna. From Mathura to Mumbai, the entire nation, it has come alive with the vibrant festivities, devotion and revelry. We'll leave you with these pictures of the celebrations.
All Bajrang! Well, Bharat Mata Ki! Bharat Mata Ki!
Hello, Moto.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.
The upcoming movie of filmmaker Vivek Agnihotri, Bengal Files trailer event gets stopped in West Bengal. The BJP claims that the hotel staff forcibly halted the event on the orders of Mamata government. The new NCERT syllabus stirs a controversy. The module in the NCERT module says that Jinnah and Congress were responsible for the partition. A key BJP meeting to decide the next Vice President of India. Meanwhile, the NDA Parliamentary Party meet to take place on Tuesday. ISRO announces the return of Shubhanshu Shukla to India. The space hero returns to India after a year.
तू ही तो है जिसकी सच्चाई वाली क्लैरिटी की वजह से मैं आज यहाँ हूँ।
गोल्ड प्लस सिल्वॉक्सी मिरर्स, ऐसी क्लैरिटी कि आपको सिर्फ सच नजर आए, चाहे कितने भी साल बीत जाएं।
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term? Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
You know, first, when Sayara released and we as audience realized, oh my God, what is happening? You know, when did you realize it? Like, it's like, I didn't expect this, what is happening? Like that wave that hits you.
You know, the first thing that really hit me, I'm telling you, was a month back actually, to be honest, is when Adi sir saw the film. And he saw a very loose cut and he decided the release date. But he was always, like me and Akshay were so into making the film, I think, along with Sumanna and all. Sometimes when you're so into it and you know, you don't realize, you don't see it from, and then he saw it from a third person perspective. I mean, he was always super confident about the film. And he had actually had this talk with me about how I've done. And yeah, we all grew up. I was in the 8th grade when I saw Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge and said I want to make a love story like this. For a person like him to say that, you know, you've made a great film. All he had asked for me was to make your best film for me. And I did. And I'm just glad that, so that was the first thing, you know, and that validation was great. I wasn't shouting over the roof for it. It gives you a lot of confidence at that moment, you know. Absolutely. For the person who's actually put his money where it is, and he wasn't talking about anything else, but on a very unassembled film at that time, could feel the emotion, and But it was the first time we felt that we made something special. But yes, once the numbers came in, I think then it was Akshay.
On 18th of October 2019, a winning bid was announced for New Delhi's Central Vista project. A plan to reshape Edwin Lutyens' capital complex, the seat of the Government of India. The Central Vista, since the gaining of independence, had come to represent the imagined space of a nation-state. An expanse that symbolized its independence and embodied ownership as the citizen's right. The new project was to add to this sense of national ownership by clearing the clutter of contemporary and past deemed unsightly abutments. And so began another cycle in history's relentless march, redrawing the symbols of passing eras in the imagination of the ones that come to occupy its place. Layer by layer, the panorama transforms as another New Delhi rises, a new New Delhi, to take the place of the old.
One is at Kasturba Gandhi Road, one is at Minto Road, one is at Jodhpur House, and another is at Netaji Nagar.
On 5th of August 2025, Union Housing and Urban Affairs Minister Manohar Lal Khattar announced that offices operating from 4 government bhavans will be temporarily relocated for 2 years to 4 new sites on Kasturba Gandhi Marg, Minto Road and Netaji Palace during the construction period. The very next day, the minister stood beside the Prime Minister as he inaugurated Kartavya Bhavan 3 at Kartavya Path in Delhi. The first of several upcoming common central secretariat buildings designed to streamline administrative processes.
The buildings are no more centrally corridor and rooms on both sides. They have open offices, they have a much better work environment. When you sit in the room, the view inside and outside, it has a central courtyard, the present building which Prime Minister has recently, so both sides when you sit next to window, and sitting next to window looking at a green is always a much emotionally good experiences. And then they ensure that you have all connectivity and modern connections from as required.
Change is a constant, its intent always open to interpretation.
As far as heritage is concerned, the accepted norm is that a building which has architectural, archaeological or cultural, historical importance and is more than 125 years old can be brought under heritage lists, and then those buildings need to be protected. The buildings that are being repurposed, the old secretariat, the north and south block that are being presented as old buildings, or the argument that was put forward to move out of the Sansad Bhavan was that they are old buildings.
Lachin's Delhi was designed as a colonial white town. Its wide, leafy pathways and bright, whitewashed bungalows ever distant from the metropolis that grew up around it. Ironically, the colonial masters of India inhabited this space for a mere fraction of the years to pass. The bulk of the intervening century taken up by the leaders and administrators of an independent India.
This space was actually set aside by the first master planners of Delhi in 1962, taking away from that colonial impulse which had reserved them for government buildings, and designated most of these buildings as public, semi-public land, which is to say they can only be used for purposes which directly benefits the public. Semi-public would mean things like museums and so on, which are not free for entry always, but they are public in nature. So that brilliance of that thought, which said that let's minimize government at the heart of the capital of India.
On 12th of December 1911, at the Grand Darbar in Delhi, to celebrate his coronation, King Emperor George V made his most important announcement. He declared that Calcutta would no longer serve as the capital of the Raj. The nerve center of British colonial power in Asia was to shift to Delhi. The declared intent behind the creation of this new capital was Britain's unfaltering determination to maintain British rule in India. The Delhi of 1911 was a pale shadow of the erstwhile Mughal power and influence. The shifting of the capital raised questions of how the prestige and authority of the British Empire ought most appropriately be represented in stone. Delhi was a backwater, past its heydays. What was needed was a facelift. A new Delhi needed to rise to take the place of the old.
इक्कीसवीं सदी के भारत को 21वीं सदी की आधुनिक व्यवस्थाएं चाहिए, इमारतें भी चाहिए। ऐसी इमारतें जो टेक्नोलॉजी, सुरक्षा और सुविधा के लिहाज से बेहतरीन हो, जहां कर्मचारी सहज हो, फैसले तेज हो और सेवाएं सुगम हो।
The contract for designing the ambitious revamp of New Delhi's central Vista, or the seat of power in the national capital Delhi, was awarded to HCP Design Planning and Management Private Limited, an architectural firm led by Bimal Patel. The Ahmedabad-based Bimal Hasmukh Patel is considered a pioneering architect. His list of achievements include designing the Kashi Vishwanath corridor and the Sabarmati riverfront project. In 2011, HCP Design Planning and Management had also designed the new office space Swarnim Sankul for the then Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi and his cabinet of ministers. A dozen years later, Narendra Modi, now as Prime Minister, unveiled the first major building of the new Central Vista, designed and executed by the same architect.
साथियों, ये सिर्फ एक भवन नहीं है, ये 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों की आकांक्षाओं और सपनों का प्रतिबिंब है। ये विश्व को भारत के दृढ़ संकल्प का संदेश देता हमारे लोकतंत्र का मंदिर है।
This was the first building that rose as part of the determination to build a new New Delhi. The triangular-shaped new Parliament building is in many ways distant from its next-door neighbour and its circular predecessor.
Very significant events in our history have happened there, that Parliament has seen great minds speak. A constitution has been written within that building. Very many other such events have happened in that building or many buildings surrounding it. Each one of them is significant in its own way, and it is a part of modern Indian history since independence.
The designers of Central Vista Redevelopment explained the shape as having primarily been influenced by the triangular plot of land that was available. But additionally, it also represented the symbolism of three, embodied in the significance of triangles across sacred geometries of ancient Indian cultures. The new Parliament, like the old, catered to the presence of three main spaces within the building: Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and a central lounge.
When does a building become old? The Parliament was inaugurated in 1927. Okay? How old is the British Parliament? Do you have any idea? The building? The building, 1,000-year old. It's a 10th century old building. The American Parliament, the French Parliament. The parliaments that you build are, and they become part of, they are an institution. You just don't jettison them and go into another building.
Nineteen opposition parties led by the Indian National Congress announced their collective decision to boycott the inauguration ceremony of the new parliament. They criticized the government for not asking the head of state, President Draupadi Murmu, to open the new building. They also denounced the decision to hold the event on the birth anniversary of Hindu nationalist ideologue V.D. Savarkar.
We, Congress party, discussed with all other like-minded political parties. I am very happy to say that, including TMC, Aam Aadmi Party, all are, including BRS also. They are all in agreement with this sentiments, boycotting the inaugural function.
देश की आर्थिक स्थिति खराब है, फिर भी लाखों करोड़ों रुपया, सैकड़ों करोड़ रुपया खर्चा करके जिस तरह से प्रोजेक्ट को सिर्फ प्रधानमंत्री की इच्छा के लिए बनाया, क्या उसकी जरूरत थी?
The BJP said the opposition's boycott was a disrespect to democracy.
ये नया भवन हमारे स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों के सपनों को साकार करने का माध्यम बनेगा। ये नया भवन आत्मनिर्भर भारत के सूर्योदय का साक्षी बनेगा। ये नया भवन विकसित भारत के संकल्पों की सिद्धि होते हुए देखेगा।
The critics of the Central Vista redevelopment project questioned other features of the redesign initiative.
When we are building blocks of buildings, massive buildings, 2 basements deep, what are we doing but creating underwater dams? Even when they renovated the Rajpath lawns and they built these underpasses for pedestrians to use, and it may be fanciful to say so, but even you go back into the statistics, there have never been floods in that central portion of Delhi. It is after the project came up that we began to see floods in that portion of Delhi as well, which should otherwise be extremely well drained towards the Yamuna.
To many, the high cost, running into tens of thousands of crores of rupees in escalating costs, was a drawback. Well-known architects and urbanists wrote op-eds in newspapers and magazines. They appeared on online portals and news channels articulating their concerns. International celebrities like Anish Kapoor argued that it represented an assault on Indian democracy, a demolition of its modern secular ideals, and the building of a new India with a non-democratic sectarian identity.
Over thousands of years, we developed a technique of building structures with thick walls, high ceilings, so that the buildings inside remain cool in the summers and warm during winter. Now what we have built is glass, and glass is terribly environment unfriendly. You will need to air condition all these buildings. They are only going to add to the heating up of this entire area. So this kind of architecture, how does that lead to a modern India?